Hush Your Face is coming straight to your ears. A podcast network that's changing gears with the Brand X Pod and Nerdowells. The Horribly Awkward Pod, Horribly Gamers as well. The Tavern Pod, Joyous Comedy, a 6-pod network family. www.hushyourface, www.hushyourface, www.hushyourface.com.
On this week's episode of Horribly Awkward, we talk about rave music and why it's important to have foam parties at least once a year.
We talk about why do dogs yawn.
We also talk about camping and how fun it could be to bring household items and make Band-Aids on the fly.
And why is it that hot, spicy food makes your nose run like crazy?
All of this and more on this week's episode.
Hey, this is Maggie Carr from Maggie vs. Evil Dead. You can look it up on YouTube, and God have mercy on your soul, because you're about to listen to Sean on Horribly Awkward Podcast.
Hey, what's up? This is Sissy Jones from Firewatch. I'm Delilah. I hate to tell you guys, but the rumors are not true. Sean is not horribly awkward. You've all been terribly misled.
Hey y'all, this is Lou Temple. You know me as Axel on The Walking Dead, and soon as Psycho Head, Rob Zombie's new movie, soon to be released, 31. And you're listening to the Horribly Awkward Podcast. Keep tuning in. Follow me.
Hey, this is Dragonfly from Pure Gasmic Love, and you are listening to the Horribly Awkward Podcast. It's time to get awkward.
Horribly Awkward Improv. Action!
Hey, Vetra.
Hey, Sean. It's nice to have a Quarian on board, you know? Really been missing the Quarian action around here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, it's weird. It's like as if you're standing in the same spot every time I come on The Tempest, and you're just waiting for me to come over and talk to you.
Hey, Ryder. You know, that kind of thing. I'll be saying, hey, Sean.
I know I'm new. I'm part of the crew, and I'm new. I had this thing, like on Earth, a long time ago, they used to celebrate this thing called Easter, and on Easter they would hide eggs.
Eggs. Yeah, those aren't dextro, so, you know, I probably don't have a lot of eggs sitting around here, but you know what I do have, because it's really good for trading? Chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yeah. Yeah,
so
I've heard that there's chocolate, and they actually have rabbits, and you eat the ears off. I mean, is that barbaric or what?
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This is kind of what they did on Earth. We're gonna take your chocolate, put them in, they're actually plastic eggs, you know, they're not gonna hatch. So we put them in the plastic eggs, and what they did on Earth is they would hide these eggs. So I'm gonna hide them around the ship, and we can get the rest of the crew in here. But I mean, this is between me and you. Don't tell them, because I want it to be a surprise. I'm gonna tell them, hey, look, I hid some stuff on the ship. I want you to go look for it. That sounds like a good idea.
I think it's a fantastic idea, but you know what I really want to see? What Drac does with him. My bet, my money is down that he eats the whole plastic egg.
Oh, yeah. Drac is I don't even like talking to him. He always seems so angry, even when he's happy and he's being nice and he's saying, hey, Sean. And he's just like, hey, Sean. And I'm like, what? I mean, he's scary.
You know what I'm thinking, though? You know, Drac kind of looks like a walking Easter egg, you know? The stripes kind of painted around. He's kind of oval-shaped, you know? Maybe we could dress him up as our Easter egg-carrying guy, you know? He looks like a giant Easter egg.
Actually, he does look like a giant Easter egg. I never understood why they have those things on their backs. It's just weird. It goes over their head like a hoodie. I mean, they're not from the hood.
Yeah, no, they're not from the hood, are they? Yeah, not this hood.
Okay, Vetra, meet me up by the VidCon in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, I'll be there.
Okay.
You got it.
Skip to 6 minutes and 36 seconds later.
Vetra, where's the rest of the crew?
I thought you were bringing up the crew. Was that my job? Ah, man, I hate when I get so embarrassed when I make these kind of mistakes. You know what? Let me shoot out an email to everybody, and we'll see how long it takes them to get here.
Those emails.
Hey, Vetra?
Yeah.
Sorry, I hijacked your intercom.
He can't hear me. Sean we allow him to be on the Tempest. He's not actually a part of the crew. We just kind of allow him to be on board because he cleans toilets really well, and he's always feeding the hamster downstairs, and none of us want to do that.
Yeah, I've seen that toilet. It really does need cleaning, doesn't it? Well, here's a thought. Maybe we have him bunk with PB in the little, escape pod, so the two of them can drive each other crazy. What do you think?
Who are you talking to?
Oh.
Are you talking to somebody?
Oh, sorry. I thought somebody was talking on my headset here. I must have been sipping a little something that I thought was just Dextro Aqua, but it's not.
Yeah, let's try to let's rush him out of the room. He's not actually authorized to be by the VidCon. So let's get him out of there, and let's try to get him back to work, get him back to cleaning. So maybe if you can just, persuade him to clean some stuff, and then get him out away from the expensive equipment.
On it.
On what?
Hey, Sean, you know what? You've been doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Straightening up around here. Everybody's been talking about how good you are at cleaning. You know what? So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that you get a double dose of Easter chocolate in exchange for finishing up the bathroom, especially that toilet right around the rim. I'm sure you've seen that. You're so good at this, and I'm gonna get you more chocolate than you can probably eat. I may even throw in some Blastos cereal. What do you think about that?
But I hid all the eggs. Are you trying to
hid them.
get rid of me? What are you trying to do here? I want to have fun.
Oh, buddy, you have no idea how much fun it is to clean that toilet in there. I mean, and the shower, maybe you could just, give those walls a little scrub. And then, we got that little space hamster. I saw a couple droppings. Maybe you could clean that up too. You don't mind.
All
Yeah?
right, I guess I'll go back to working. If you find the eggs, go ahead and keep the chocolate.
Oh, no, dude. The chocolate is all yours. Oh, and the pie jack? I think it kind of peed somewhere, maybe over in Gil's area. So if you got a second, thanks a bunch, buddy. Thanks.
And scene! Yes!
Hey, Normie, give us the horribly awkward.
That's horrible. I can't even control myself. It's so horribly awkward.
This is so awkward.
It's so awkward.
This is horribly awkward. No one off. Horribly awkward.
Horribly awkward.
Horribly awkward. Horribly awkward.
Horribly awkward.
Horribly awkward.
Sean, dude, you're horribly awkward.
Sean, I know you think this is weird, but it's not as weird as you think it is, dude.
Don't do that. It's awkward.
Welcome to Horribly Awkward, episode 86. Stick around after the episode to see what crazy story was told. We didn't tell a story. We did some Mass Effect improv, which was amazing. My name is Sean, and I know that's hard to remember, but I have faith in you. You can remember it. Thanks for downloading and listening. I do appreciate it. If you like what you hear, tell Vetra, tell PB, tell Sarah Ryder, and everybody in Andromeda, because word of mouth is a beautiful thing, so use what your mama gave you. And I'm not talking about your booty. I also hear that space gossip is a thing, so let's get this cracking. I have a voicemail number. If you want to send me a voicemail for any reason, that's 510-600-3475. And as always, you can find all this information down below in the description. So if you're out pathfinding new areas, if you're out discovering bugs and shooting ket thugs, that was pretty awesome. Wait till you get back to the Tempest. Wait till you're safe. You're safe. And you're protected, and then look below in the description. It'll be there forever till the end of time. On today's show, first off, if you can't tell, I am Mass Effect Andromeda crazy right now. I just finished the game last night right before I went to work, and I am pumped. I am so pumped. And here to help me celebrate is one of the main crew members in Mass Effect Andromeda. She also is the star of the Portal No Escape short film, which is freaking awesome. She voices Lady Death Whisperer in World of Warcraft. And if that isn't enough, she's been on a ton of killer shows. Check it out, guys. Law & Order, Silk stockings. Oh, we got to talk about that because that was my jam back in the 90s. Silk stockings. That was that thing I'd stay up late night. I was like, oh, there might be a sex scene. You know, when you're a teenager, you're like, yeah. There's silk stockings. Oh, freaking awesome. What was that? USA Up All Night. Swished at Birth. Castle. Hawaii Five-0. A ton of soap operas. Oh, All My Children. General Hospital. The Young and the Restless. Days of Our Lives. But if that isn't enough, okay. There's also been some dark times in Danielle's career. Some really dark times. Right here I see, I see 2017, she did the Horribly Awkward podcast? What? Everybody, Danielle Rayne! Yeah!
Hey, everybody! I'm here to be horribly awkward, and I'm succeeding already.
Oh, yes. You're such a good sport. I love it. I feel the chemistry already. This is going to be a blast. I never know. You know, I have the best luck with voice actors. I don't know why. They have a certain characteristic about them on a podcast, and it's always super welcoming and it's just warm and fuzzy in a way.
It must be our love of talking. You know, you get paid to talk, and you just keep doing it even when they're not paying you. You know, yeah.
I definitely know about wanting to talk way too much. That's totally my jam all day. Why do you think I have a podcast?
Yeah, always trying to remember that, you know, you're supposed to listen to. I just, you know, that's got to be in the forefront of my brain because I forget that part. Okay, stop talking. Just listen for a while.
I totally get that. My buddy Jesus, who is a host on the Horrible Gamers podcast, which was my old podcast, he's way into Mass Effect right now too. He is he's been posting stuff every day in the group Pathfinder Jesus here, and then he rattles off what he did today in the game, and he's in love with it, right? He is one of those podcasters that asks you a question and you'll get halfway through answering it, and then he'll start like talking over you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You know, I can handle that. You got it. But you don't do that. Just Jesus, right?
Yeah. Big shout out to Jesus, you chump. Let's give, okay, my buddy Brink and my buddy Jesus and Brink, right? They're right now Mass Effect Andromeda crazy as well. We have a chat. We're talking about it all. Like, it's been nothing but Mass Effect for the past 3 weeks. That's all we're talking about. Let's send him a special message from Vetra.
Hey, guys. Thanks a lot. The initiative needs you.
Yes, they're handling business. Oh, that's awesome.
So wait, now I gotta know, because you just finished playing the game.
Yes, correct.
How many hours did it take you?
It on my save file, it was like 88 hours. Yeah,
and what was your
hours.
completion? Like 99% or, you know, something like that?
Well, there's like some tasks, like some of those task things, which I'm okay with doing them if I can push a button and it shows me where to go and do it. But when I have to go like scan an entire planet with that little, you know, your Omni scanner, I don't know what it's called. That kind of stuff is I don't know, that kind of stuff I really don't like. But if I can press the button and it says go to this area and scan this specific thing, I'll do that.
Yeah. No, I'm right with you on that, because there were a couple things where I hadn't figured out, okay, I'm going to tell you, this is my first RPG that I'm playing. And I'm just at 25% right now. I've put in like 28 hours, and it took me a while to figure out that I'd go into the journal and decide which mission and then hit the, toggle it so that I could pursue it. But you're right. There were a couple of hours that I've logged so far that were just me driving around, not sure what the heck I was supposed to do. And I'm not really great at driving the Nomad. Do you know I got it embedded into a ramp?
Oh no, like a glitch?
It was like stuck in the ramp. I mean, I had that thing so deeply embedded into the ramp. I was like, I just don't even know what I got to do here to get out of it. Did I have to restart the game? I finally called my husband and said, honey, help me. I'm stuck in the ramp and I can't get out.
Oh, let me tell you something about the menus and stuff, though. This game is actually some of the most confusing menus. I've got a couple of friends who were upset about how confusing it was at first. And once you get to know the menus and all that crap, it's like second nature. It's just really easy to navigate. But at first, it's like, oh my god, what is going on? I got to go to this little laptop and this machine and this menu, and I'm going to level up this, and I'm sending strike teams out, and what is going on? Emails?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot to do. And even like, I'd gotten... Was the hoodie as a result of getting the deluxe copy or having done all the missions in the Andromeda initiative? But it took me forever to figure out how to get my damn hoodie. my hoodie.
You got a hoodie so
I had
where?
a hoodie. Well, it was in the casual attire in your Pathfinder's quarters. But I had to do something. I don't know, maybe it was entering codes or something like that. And then all of a sudden there was my hoodie. But, I'm at a loss here. I mean, talk about being horribly awkward when you're just playing a video game for the first time, and I tried to do a little bit of Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, and it was way over my head. But like I said, I'm just kind of, I told myself for a movie I did, which is actually with Stephen Brewis, who's the face of Scott Ryder. I had to teach myself how to play the piano. So I bought a keyboard and I used GarageBand and I took all the lessons so that I could just play a couple songs on the piano. And if I could do that, I could learn how to play a video game. So I have sat there on the sofa trying to learn how to play this video game. You feel like a big loser sometimes when you're like still... I'm getting nauseous because I'm so bad at driving the Nomad. I literally get car sick because my driving of the Nomad is so bad. One day I gave up. I said I was going to run all over Kadara trying to get to these missions and just forget the Nomad. Well, that was a huge mistake.
Oh, no.
Because you've got a lot
huge.
of running to do. Yeah, right? Oh, it was nuts.
You just got to, I guess you just got to go to each one of those little drop ship things, and that way you can just fast travel.
The fast travel. Yeah. I jumped right on that as soon as it was an option. But there's sometimes, I'm in combat. I didn't know I was in combat. So that means I can't fast travel. I'm dying over here.
Wow. Okay, so I mean, for me personally, the Mass Effect trilogy, the original trilogy, is some of the most important stuff for gaming for me. Mass Effect 2, I actually started off at 2 on just tried it because I heard it was awesome and it looked cool, and that was my first RPG. Before that, it was just nothing but shooters. I didn't really understand. It was too complex, and I loved it. Mass Effect 2 was amazing. So I went back to Mass Effect 1, made a new character, and then I went forward to Mass Effect 3, had a new character. I had a new character in all 3 games.
Yeah.
And but that Nomad is a freaking dream compared to the Mako in Mass Effect 1.
Yeah, I've been told that.
Yeah. The Nomad's like, oh shit, this is like a racing game. This is so easy to navigate. I can climb up these mountains. I shouldn't be able to go up that hill, but I can if I put it in 6-wheel drive.
I keep trying, and I'm like tearing up the side of the mountain, and I am not going up any further. And I try to back up, but then there's like one of those big fiends behind me, and I roll over it. It's just, I'm like a disaster with that Nomad. But as long as I'm having fun, and eventually one day I'll get to where I gotta go.
Yeah, it's really such a great game. I love Mass Effect. Admittedly, I'm gonna admit this. Okay, first night. I got Mass Effect Andromeda. I was super excited because Mass Effect's my shit. I'm like, Mass Effect, yes, I can't wait. So I get it. And I absolutely hated it. For the first night I played it, I was not into it. And it's because, it's probably for the same reason a lot of people were, is the Mass Effect trilogy was such a cherished thing. There's this new game, all new characters, new, like you're on, the Tempest is new. Everything is new. Like, I don't know these characters. I don't like these characters. Like, I don't care what they're saying. It took me 15 hours of playing it until all of a sudden I was like, oh, every time I'm going back to the Tempest, I'm purposely going back to each character and talking to them because I want to hear what they have to say. I want to go do these loyalty missions. And Vetra's loyalty mission was awesome. Loved it.
Yeah, that was fun. I did complete that one. I think last weekend I got through that one. It was great. As somebody who doesn't play video games, who doesn't have that experience, the sense of accomplishment you feel when you actually complete a loyalty mission, it's pretty crazy. I'm so excited when I, finally survived and I didn't die and I actually did what I needed to do, save Sid, got her out of there.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that was a cool. The loyalty missions are really cool, like little short films, kind of like they're game within the game.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
There's a lot of people out there who love the Mass Effect trilogy so much that when they went into this game, they didn't know the characters yet, and it's like it took a little while for me personally to get to know the characters, but once I did, like Vetra and PB were on my side for most of it. Cora was there for a little bit, but there was no banter between Cora and PB. Like they weren't saying anything interesting. So I stopped taking Cora and I started taking Vetra after I did that loyalty mission. And then Vetra and PB say some funny shit.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
we have a funny relationship, don't we? And it's that thing of I recorded these lines so long ago, and usually not like together, in sequence and stuff like that. Okay, here's your stuff with PB, and I remember some of it just being, okay, she kind of drives you crazy, but you're kind of liking her, you're kind of like starting to enjoy, her company and stuff like that, as opposed to like Drac, who you immediately have this kind of cool bond, right off the top. But with PB, it was like, I kind of get you are kind of fun to be around. I can tolerate you. And there were some other like characters, like I don't know if you did any of the Vetra Liam, but we're like, oil and water. We just do not get along.
Oh, really? No, I didn't. I don't think I took that combination out.
Yeah. Yeah, all the different relationships. They were really fun to record. I think that was part of my favorite stuff was, when they told us we're going to be doing this banter, and this is an important part of Mass Effect. Now, I came into it totally blind. They literally had to describe everything to me. But yeah, when that was my favorite part, recording all the relationship stuff. Why? It's acting. You're reacting, you're listening, you're getting something, you're giving it back. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's so much dialogue, and I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff that, I didn't hear, didn't see, obviously. But there's, I really like that relationship between PB and Vetra, and like PB's annoying. She's like me. She's just like super sporadic and energetic, and just says whatever's on her mind, which is kind of like this podcast in a way.
Yeah, she is. She's really great. Super high energy and just totally impulsive.
Yeah, I love it. And I didn't even know that was Christine Lakin until actually that first tweet that I put out. Like I tagged you, her, and Frida in that tweet. And I didn't even realize who she was. I didn't even realize who Kristen Lakin was. That she's the she was Al from Step by Step.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Right.
I saw her little profile pic, and I'm like, why does she have a profile pic of the Step by Step girl?
No, and as a voice actor, you don't know any of this. You're just, sometimes you have the voice actor, their lines recorded, and a lot of times you're just going, the director is reading their lines for you, so you have something to work with. So you don't even hear who these people are or what they sound like a lot of the time.
The banter, all that stuff, it sounds really good as if you guys record lines together. I think BioWare does a great job at just banter while you're walking around. Dragon Age Inquisition was the same way. It's just good jokes and fun stuff. And it sounds like you guys are recording lines together. It's really good.
It does, doesn't it? And yet we, never even meet each other. But that is probably the direction. We had great people like Josh Dean giving us direction because he knew what it needed to sound like, or whoever was giving us direction from Edmonton. And then obviously the sound engineers who kind of like mix it in a way so it does sound like we're sitting side by side on the Nomad, while we're trying to climb up the hill or be embedded in a ramp if I'm the driver, and we're just having this conversation.
Yeah, I love it. There's some games I've played, like Skyrim is a big like fantasy RPG, and the lines are so dry. It's not that it's not that the voice acting is bad. It's just it sounds like they were recorded at different times. Like it doesn't sound like two people talking together. BioWare nails it every time. It sounds like conversations between the characters is happening, which is cool.
Yeah, and they've got great writers too. There's so many great writers who work for them. I was so impressed by the scenes and the dialogue, and Cheryl Chi, who wrote, Vetra Nix's stuff. Sometimes you would see the dialogue and it was so good, you just kind of have to open your heart and open your mouth and let it all flow out,
Yeah, it's got to be cool hearing Vetra's voice, right? Because she has like this very undertoned effect on it, which is kind of hard to explain. It's like a little bassy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it's called a flange or something like that. But yeah, the filter that they use on top of it, that was something that I think maybe like on my 8th session or something like that, I got to hear some of it played back. And it was the first time also that I saw my character and heard her. And, you have this like chills, it's exciting to see what this is coming together as, you're just one piece of it. I think Caroline Livingstone says, the voice actors were like the sprinkles on the sundae. Well, you're finally getting to see what your sprinkles are looking like,
Yeah, voice acting can make or break a game, really. When you have good voice acting, it draws you in. I mean, we're so used to watching movies, but when you get a game with good voice actors, if you play a game like The Last of Us, you're like, this voice acting is amazing. All of the Mass Effect games, anything from BioWare, it just draws you in and it brings these characters alive, which is so incredible for gamers to be able to experience that. It's like all of a sudden our hobby, our love, our passion is like justified by like great content.
Yeah, it's interesting because having brought my acting career to voiceovers later on, I mean, some people just do nothing but voiceovers and they excel at it and they, have been doing it for a very long time. And I just kind of like made this transition from acting into VO. So, sometimes people will post stuff on Twitter like, I'm sure you've heard this before, but, I loved Vetra or whatever. And it means so much to me because that means that what I took from my acting career to transfer into VO, it worked. And you don't know. You have no idea if what you've done so far in your acting career is actually going to transfer into a video game character. And it's really exciting for me when people say stuff like that. I just like, okay, good. Thank you. I need to know that from gamers who play all these games and know if a character works or doesn't work. So it means a lot to me.
Yeah, it means a lot to us, Danielle. It's awesome. And yeah, I'll bug the shit out of it. When I get excited about something, when I'm really passionate about something, I'll bug the shit out of people on Twitter. And like as I'm watching it, if there's a show I really love, I might tag people sometimes. If there's a game, I'll post it. And like Frida too, she's so great as Sarah. Are you playing as a female or a male?
I'm playing as Scott Ryder. I actually I did my own character creation, my first go round. I started the game and my character that I created looked so horrible. She just did not look good at all. And I was sort of like trying to play with her and still trying to like her, but I was not doing so good. So I just bagged it. And I started again, and I just was like, I'm not even going to try to do the character creation. I'm just going to go with default Scott Ryder. Because between Tom's voice and Steven's face, it's going to be familiar. And since everything else is totally alien to me as I'm trying to play my first RPG, it's nice to have something that's familiar. So what I'll probably do, and I don't know if you're like a multi-playthrough kind of person, but maybe on my next playthrough, then I will maybe work with the character creation and go back and do Sarah Ryder, but, create my character. But so many of these characters people are creating, they are so amazing looking. And mine was just like horrible. Absolutely horrible.
The character creator on this one was a little rough. I spent a lot of time in there, and I think mine is actually one of the best I've seen. Like, I'm proud of it. I'm like, I'm posting pictures like, I'm proud of this Sarah Ryder. She looks amazing. I don't leave a character. I always make a female character, and I don't leave that character creator until I could say, like, I would marry that chick.
That's awesome. That's it. That's the signature. Huh.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
sign this baby off.
I love doing that, but I mean, sometimes sometimes it looks good too when you get into the end game. Like even on that Dragon Age game I was talking about, I made a really cool looking character, and then when I got into the game, I was like, whoa, why are the lips so red? Why does she have like eyeliner like she's going out to like the club?
That was one of the things that I had done was whatever I had done with the lip liner, she had like Joker lips.
Oh, yeah.
It was horrible. Her Joker lips with these lines that went way out to the side. I was like, oh, I can't even look at her anymore.
So you're new to gaming, right? You're not
Totally.
a huge gamer? Okay.
Completely.
So I'm gonna guess by your just your personality. You seem like somebody who knows the right thing to do. I'm gonna guess you're playing it on a PS4.
You're right.
Yes.
I am.
Okay.
How did you know?
PS4 is dope. I mean, I have both. I have the Xbox. I got the PS4. My buddy Mark Cox right now is like motherfucker because he's the Xbox guy. But PS4.
Yeah.
is
So
big
do you do
killing it.
multiplayer too?
I play some multiplayer games, but I'm more into like. I get very distracted when I game, so I like to just walk away a lot and like all of a sudden I'd be like, I need to check my emails or I need to check Twitter, and I can't do that when I play multiplayer.
You're right.
So
yeah.
I'm more like the story guy, and I like to just spend time doing nothing in games. Like if a game can pull me in to where I'm actually doing pretty much nothing but driving around or scanning shit, like in Mass Effect, and I'm enjoying it, that's a good game to me.
Yeah. I've only played like we had a Wii. You know, my husband, we've got gamers in my household, but when we got the Wii and I could actually stand up and, you know, swing at stuff, that was the kind of gaming I could do. I'm not really great at sitting still. So when it was a real physical game, I could do that. But the sitting and trying to get my fingers to do multiple things at the same time, it's really not me. So that's why I'm determined. I'm just sitting there. It's like anything else. I taught myself how to use a sewing machine. I taught myself how to play piano. I'm going to learn how to play a video game.
Yeah. The Wii was fun though. Yeah, I love Wii bowling. I would get together with friends and just play that and just do dumb ways of like bowling the ball and just make it look stupid so everyone laughs at me because I guess I like to be the center of attention apparently.
We're doing the Wii Frisbee golf, and I love Wii golf. And the only reason I really love it is because I've got my dad is a golfer, my husband's a golfer, and I can kick their butts at Wii golf.
Oh yeah, that's
but
fun.
once you get the swing down, if you can just perfectly execute the swing over and over, you get a great strong straight shot. You know, but that was it. I'm much better physical. And someday when there's VR, Mass Effect Andromeda, that's going to be great. We've got neighbors who have an amazing VR set. He's like a major editor, so he has top of the line everything. But when I got to play virtual reality, and they've got the one with the arrows where you're shooting everything in sight with the arrows. I love that. That was incredible.
Ah, nice. See, you're not even the gamer, and I still haven't even tried VR yet. I just haven't had an opportunity to do it. And I'm like, I would love to do it, but I also feel like I might get a little sick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, but I got sicker driving the Nomad than
really?
I did doing the virtual reality. Yeah. So you might not. You might not.
Yeah, see, I'm used to playing video games, so that doesn't affect me. You're used to doing like badass stuff because I also know you played Sarah Connor in the Terminator 3D thing.
Yeah, I did. That was a lot of fun.
See, so you're doing badass stuff. So you're like, oh, I'll just do some badass VR and shoot things with a bow, and so that doesn't affect you. But me, I'd get there and get sick because I don't do badass stuff. I just sit home and play
What
video
about roller
games.
coasters? Do you do like roller coasters and that stuff?
I haven't been anywhere been on a roller coaster in quite a few years. It's been let's say about 7 or 8 years ago. We went to Disneyland, like the California Adventure.
Yeah.
And when I went on that roller coaster, I forget what it's called. I was like, I'm gonna film this because it would be freaking awesome. And I made the mistake of looking through my camera as I did the roller coaster.
Oh.
So now, even when you bring up the word roller coaster, it gives me kind of a headache, a little bit of a stomach ache.
Oh man. Oh yeah. No, I can see how that would happen.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. What possessed me to do that? But
I love that roller coaster. That's amazing. My dad, it was like on his bucket list to do a roller coaster. So, we got on that roller coaster together, and my husband got a picture of the two of us just as the thing launches.
Yeah.
And do you know, our faces were like suspended open and we looked identical. It was like you couldn't tell my dad from me. It was just our faces were exactly the same as we're thrown back by the momentum of the roller coaster taking off.
Oh, was that his first roller coaster?
I think since he was a kid.
Oh,
I think because he grew up in New York and Coney Island, and that was, his hang. But he hadn't been on one for a long time. And my dad's constantly coming up to me going, I got a new thing for the bucket list. What was the last thing? Parasailing that we did. Yeah, we went up 800 feet off of a boat off the coast of, what was it, Malibu or something where you do those. It was incredible. But he keeps coming up with these things, bucket list this, bucket list this. You know what he's doing now? He's learning how to play the guitar. He's teaching himself how to play the guitar.
Awesome.
So my dad's the kind of guy who's like, I think must be where I get it from. I'm going to learn how to do this if it kills me.
Yeah, that's amazing, because I'm at the point in my life where I don't like to learn new stuff. I mean, once I learn it, I'm good at it. I can usually get pretty good at it, but I hate learning something new. My brain just shuts down. Oh,
yeah,
God.
I hear you. It's daunting. It's totally daunting. It's like, you're going to have to use parts of your brain that you've let rest for a long time.
Yeah.
Anytime you pick up a new skill. But I mean, that's the thing with me and the finger. Like, I'm still working on aiming and shooting at the same time. Like, one finger's trying to aim and the other one's trying to pull the R2 so I can start firing. And it's like frustrating. I get a little tiny bit better every time I play. Tiny bit. So I guess you just got to be grateful for those little teensy improvements.
Yeah, we all got to improve a little bit. And every time you get into a new game, you're always learning something new. I got to say one thing, Danielle. Your microphone sounds amazing.
Oh, does it? I'm so glad.
It does. Yeah. It plays well with mine over Skype so well. And there's a lot of times I'll get on a podcast and it's like sometimes mics just don't work well together. I don't know if it's a Skype thing. It might clip out. Like when I talk, it might kind of clip out in yours. And right now it's like, this is such a beautiful sound. I need to see what you got. Maybe I need to get the same thing because this sounds great.
Oh, thank you. I picked up a Sennheiser. I went from a Neumann. I don't know, I guess the Germans say Neumann, so that you hear people say that, but it's a Neumann 103, which I loved, but it was very explosive and, and I tried myself on a couple shotguns and every time you go record in a studio, they've always got you on a shotgun and it's usually a Sennheiser. So I was like, I'm going to finally buy the microphone that I'm always working with when I'm in a studio and see if that actually makes any differences. So I'm glad to hear you say it sounds good on your end.
Oh yeah, it sounds amazing. So you have the mic set up at your house. Do you record stuff at home? What's the deal with that?
Well, as a voice actor, now my agent, it used to be a time that every voiceover agent had their own studio there and you would go in and record in their booth. But as everybody got better at having home microphones, it's pretty much a requisite that you have your own system so that my agent, Michaela, just sends me the voiceover auditions. I read them off of an iPad. I record them. I, edit it on Twisted Wave because I have a Mac and I send it back to her and she submits it. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. It's technology, right?
Yeah. I mean, that means you can work, in your pajamas. There's been plenty of days where it's like 2:00 and I'm like, and I'm still in my pajama bottoms and it's 2 p.m, but I had 4 auditions to do, so you can do that. You can actually work from home to some degree.
Yeah, that's awesome. My buddy Ted Bracewell, he animated this cartoon last year. It's called Combat Kids. Mm-hmm. And he put it on he spent a lot of time on this. He put it on YouTube. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go big. 100,000 views is what I'm gonna go for. Because for guys like us to get 100,000 views on a YouTube, it's huge. Yeah. And he got it. This is based kind of on the Mortal Kombat franchise. So one of the guys, I don't know if it's the director, the writer, whoever works at Mortal Kombat over at NetherRealms, he was there playing it in their office. He got right now it's almost up to 8 million
Wow.
8
That's
million.
incredible. That is so incredible. I got to find that. Can you shoot me a link to that when we're done?
I will, yeah.
I wanna see
It's like
that.
a 30-minute cartoon. He does all this himself. He just gets people to do some voices, and he's gonna let me do like a voice or two. And I'm not good at voices, but I'm gonna do it. So the next cartoon that comes out, when he's done with it, will have a little bit of Sean in there. I might be like a monster. I'll kill you. I don't know what I'm gonna be.
Fantastic. Oh, that's great.
But I'm kind of stoked about it. So I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm a voice actor too. What's up, Danielle? We gonna compete?
Voice actors just kind of hanging out, talking on our microphones.
Yeah, we gonna be competing. Am I gonna be the next Mass Effect Andromeda 2 character?
You know, I was just going to say, I don't think we're going to go up for the same roles. So, but then I hear some women who do men's parts just as well as you can't even tell that it's a woman being a man. So I can't do that, so I am not going to offer you any competition.
Okay, let's this will be fun. Let's do a short thing. You be the guy, I'll be the chick, and we'll have a little conversation about well, I don't know, whatever. Let's see if this works. This is gonna be terribly fun.
Okay, it could be horrible, but I'm going for it.
Okay.
Hey, baby, how's it going today?
Hey, what's up?
I noticed you hanging out over there, and was wondering, it's kind of a hot night, Want to go get some ice cream?
I have a headache. I don't like to go do anything when I have a headache. All I want to do is watch all my children. Leave me alone, Jacob.
Look, I've been told that brain freeze is the best thing for headaches.
Oh,
Come on,
God.
baby. Let's just try a little brain freeze.
Oh, God. You're so annoying. You're just go away. Go away.
And you're really cute when you whine like that. I mean, baby, you are so cute when you whine.
Oh, well, that's, cute.
That was fun. Worst male and worst female characters in anything.
Ta-da!
Yeah, so you oh, okay. You're playing male Ryder. Did you rename him, or is he just Scott?
No, I just went with Scott Wright. Like I said, I was so like, no, just don't make it complicated, because it's going to be hard enough to learn how to play a game. Keep it simple.
Okay.
Kiss, keep it simple, stupid.
I always have to change the name. I always got to customize it a little, no matter what I do. Even if I go to a restaurant or order food, I have to customize it a little bit. So I always customize the name. I'll usually pick like Taylor Swift, something stupid. In this game, oh shit, I can't even say her name. If I say her name, Alexa.
Alexa?
Stop listening. Yes, I got one of those Amazon Echoes, right? So I was like, I'm gonna name her Alexa.
I heard something funny about a family who had a daughter named Alexa. And every time they would call the daughter, the Alexa thing would kick in.
You can actually customize it so you say like Echo instead of Alexa.
Yeah, well, they actually had to call the daughter Human Alexa. I don't know why. They couldn't figure out another way, so they just called her Human Alexa.
It keeps blinking blue right now, like it's trying to hear what I'm saying. I'm glad he didn't say, I could not understand you. Please repeat your question. Jeez. Get out of my head. You know what's weird about that thing is it records everything you're saying, and if you go on your phone app, you can listen to all the things you asked it to do.
That's kind of creepy. I don't even want to go there. I heard something about the Samsung TVs being able to record everything you're doing, and I'm like, I give them the side eye to my TV all the time. What is that? What are you over there?
I actually love this thing because, like when I'm in the kitchen and I'm washing dishes or I'm making food and I'm just, oh shit, I need sugar. So I'm just like, Alexa, add sugar to my shopping list.
That is good.
Sugar to your shopping list.
I love it because then now on my phone it's just there. So when I go to the store, I open it up and all the stuff I told her to add to my shopping list is there. It's like I never need to take notes. It's the best.
That is great. That is really good.
Because I'm always like, let me get my notepad out and let me on my phone, let me type this in, and I never remember ever. But now I just yell things out. So it's funny if I live alone, so I don't gotta close the bathroom when I use it. So I can be like, Alexa, add toilet paper to my shopping list.
I've added toilet paper to your shopping list.
And don't forget to wipe.
and don't forget to
she needs to have a smart ass, like she's got to wrap things up with a little bit of a smart ass,
Yeah, Sean, please close the door. Shut up. Mind your own business, chick. Yeah, so you're playing as Scott Ryder. You're playing Mass Effect Andromeda, the ultimate RPG. And you're like, oh, let's go over here and talk to Vetra. And we were discussing this the other day on Twitter because I thought it was an amazing idea. I had to know. I was like, so, Danielle, are you trying to romance your own character?
Yes, I am. And somebody said narcissist, and I'm like, well, you asked, so I'll tell you the truth. I am. I'm trying to see what happens. I mean, a couple of people have posted it on YouTube. Yes, I know. But I'm still trying to see what happens. Because, we just don't know what the completed thing looks like. And it is funny because she doesn't look like me. Yeah, she sounds like me, but she's got a filter. I don't have that thing where I totally associate her as being me. Every once in a while she says a line and I'm flashed back to that particular session and go, oh yeah, I remember saying that. That was fun, or whatever. There was some funny thing that happens between me and the engineer on a particular line. And I'm waiting to hear that line because I know I'm going to have that like laugh out loud moment, Yeah.
So when you're playing, do you just like hear lines and completely forget you ever recorded that? Like, did I record that?
Yeah, I do. And then, there are other parts that I forget how it goes. So it surprises me. I've totally forgotten what the order was or the sequence or how the dialogue, went. So it still surprises me. Yeah.
Oh, it's so interesting. It's so interesting to play a game like Mass Effect where you just like go over and talk to I'm sure you go over and talk to Vetra every time you get a chance to.
Yeah, and I'm always like disappointed. Okay, well, you probably got work to do, so I'll just like leave. That's what always happens. I'm like, oh, yeah, really, there's nothing new. One of the things too that's so different about voiceovers for video games is you don't memorize the lines. They're not like, oh, I remember working so hard on this sequence. You do it. You're done, you move on to the next. So when people say like, what were your favorite lines to record? It's kind of like, I kind of remember like, this part of the banter was fun, but specific lines don't stick in my head because I never had to memorize them.
So do they tell you like, they're like, Danielle, so I want you to say right here, like, leave me alone, PB. So you're like, leave me alone, PB.
It was on a monitor, a great big monitor in front of you. And every time, you were clear to speak, a red bar would flash. And it was because you'd never seen it before. You were kind of like reading it, saying it at the same time. So that's like a totally frozen cold read. And then occasionally you'd notice that there was also some additional direction. So you're trying to add in the direction as you're cold reading the line. But it was kind of fun. And I've done a lot of cold reading classes, which I think helped. But at the same time, sometimes you'd read a line, you're like, yeah, no, that's going to take a couple of takes because it was just like so not there on the first take or the second take. And it took like 3 or 4, to get that one right. But I think that's why it's like it's not the same as memorizing your dialogue and your script and, knowing all of your lines and spending all that time with it. It's like fast. It just flies right by.
So how are you liking voice acting? It seems it's such a different thing than actual acting. To me, it seems like it'd be funner.
It is. It really is because it's completely freeing, and I don't know the people who listen to my, my work, if they were like going, oh yeah, that was really delightful on that first read. But, I just, there wasn't anything you had to prepare or do. You just showed up and you were as present as you could be and you keep drinking your water and you just keep going for it. And I think there's something so fun. It was just completely free, Yeah,
that's so fascinating to me. I love voice acting, really. When I hear good voice acting in a video game, I just get excited and it draws me in. And Mass Effect has always delivered on that. So let's talk about some of your badass stuff. You were Sarah Connor. You did like the Terminator 3D. Was that at Universal?
Yeah, that was at Universal Studios Hollywood, but they also have it in Florida. In fact, it's still running in Florida. But it was a 3D movie show where the performers come in and out of the screen. So parts of it is live action, and then it cuts to a 3D movie, but the actors, it's as if they've gone into the screen and they come back out of it. So it was really exciting. It opened in '99, and I got to be Sarah Connor for the whole stretch of the run. And met so many great people. I mean, stunt performers, actors, relationships that to this day we go hanging out. We have our ladies' night. We go hiking. And these are all people that I met during this incredible show that I got to do.
That sounds like so much fun.
Like people who still hang out with all their college friends. This is huger for me than college friends. It's like I spent 13 years with these people.
What are those? What are friends? Wait, what are those? What are those, Danielle? Friends?
Those are people who put up with you.
They put up all my friends. Most of my connections are actually over the internet nowadays. I have so much close friends that I've never actually hung out with because we don't live in the same states. And when it comes to me locally hanging out with people, I'm such a hermit. I'd rather stay indoors and play video games. And I guess because I could just shut off an internet connection. What? I can't hear you. I can't do that in real life. I just be out with people I can't hear you. Sean, you going deaf? No, I can't hear you. I gotta go home.
Yeah, I think as an actor, we're social creatures. I mean, there was a reason that I got into either being on stage or, working with other people in TV shows or films. And there is that social thing. So I do wonder if some people, if you're not into that social thing, if voice acting is perfect for you, because for most of the time, it's just you and the microphone, and maybe there's an engineer on the other side of the glass. Well, when you're recording, there's an engineer on the other side of the glass, maybe a director coming through your headphones, but you are pretty much alone. And that is one of the things that was, for me, so different, was here I was having all these, new friendships and even intimate relationships with people I've never even met, said hello to in person. So that is a very different thing. But yeah, I do think, I'm more of that social person. I love it when I get together with my friends and we catch up on everything that's happened. They closed the show 5 years ago and we're still hanging out,
How fun. I admire all that. I want to be a social butterfly. I do, and I'm just a caterpillar.
I think you're doing pretty good. I mean, you've got a lot of followers. So followers, friends, you've got people that you are social with. It just happens to be over the internet and Twitter and everything. So, right? Yeah. Kind of. Who's to say that friendship hasn't just taken on a whole different kind of twist today?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, podcasting is a weird thing. I really enjoy talking to people, a lot of different people about different things. So this gives me a chance to sit down one-on-one with them sometimes. And I just act like I already know you. I'm Danielle, I already know you, we're best friends. So I'm going to pretend like that for the next 90 minutes or so. And that's just my whole thing. But I'm we're going to have fun. I don't want to be like every other podcast that's just come on, just talk and do interviews. I'm going to ask you a question, you're going to answer. I want to have a conversation.
Yeah, definitely. And I really feel like, this water, it could be a beer and we could just be hanging out. Except that I don't really drink beer, as anybody who saw my posts on National Beer Day. I'm trying to pound a beer and it was the worst thing ever. But yeah, no, it's definitely I feel like we could just be hanging out, in my backyard.
Now, Danielle, get a beer. Go get a beer. Get a whiskey. Let's drink it.
I'll just stick with my water for right now. Thank you very much, though. Yeah.
Mom, I told you I had till about 7 o'clock. It's 9:30. What are we doing?
You're cutting into my happy hour time. That's what it's... No.
Yeah, it's I love Twitter for the reason you can just connect with people. And once I knew, I was I posted something and I was just whoa, you trying to romance your own character? You're yeah, I'm trying with a gift. I'm okay, Danielle's got a great personality. I need you to come on the podcast. And Sometimes when I ask people to come on the podcast, they'll just go, horribly awkward show. Why would I do that? That sounds horribly awkward.
No, it's a lot of fun. I'm really glad you asked me. Yeah. And I loved what you said. I'm so glad that you really enjoyed playing the game. And, I really appreciate you're giving us a shout out, as being part of your team. You had the girl squad going on.
Oh, always got the girls. When it comes to games, I don't take any dudes with me. Like, cause I play the male RPG every day, real life. I don't want to be a male in a game, and I don't want to take dudes with me. I want to have some hot chicks. I want to be like, all right, I got some girls that want to hang out with me,
Hot alien babes.
Hot alien babes. Like, I don't know, Vetra, like, she's cute. She seems like super cool. I don't know, like, she's kind of humanized. Like, she sort of looks like a human if we're drunk enough. PB I'm all about because she's colorful. Like, I'm all about the colors. She's got the purple, like, purple's my
she's
color.
got the little crop top with her belly showing. Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, purple's my color. I'm a sucker for dark purple. On my walls right here, I got purple, like, what do you call it? Acoustic pads.
It's the color of passion.
Is it? Yeah. Some guy, Sean, you're not a man. You're supposed to like blue or red. I'm like, no, I like purple.
You know what? Purple is blue and red, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you've got it all going on. That's all.
Damn it. Yeah. Hey, I was gonna say, hey, Vetra. Hey, Danielle, let's do some shout outs real quick.
Okay.
Shout outs!
Shout outs!
Yeah. It's party time, people. I'm gonna shout it out. Tell my friends what it's all about. Making love in the streets and between the sheets. Gonna shout them homies out. It's the Horribly Awkward Podcast. It's a shout out segment of the show. So shout out the people you know. Let's make love grow on the Horribly Awkward Show.
So obviously, big shout out to Jackie Nelson for coming out, and Brianne Johnson last week coming out. They didn't come out anywhere, for coming on the podcast. And see, I need to go out. Then I can say they came out and hung out. No, they came on the podcast, hung out. Big shout out to them. If you guys haven't watched it yet, check out their short film, Competitive Friends. It's on funnyordie.com. And check out Jackie's music because she's going to be a star. And she's amazing. She's fun. Super fun. And a big shout out to BioWare, obviously, for making dope-ass games. Big shout out to Skype for making stuff like this possible, hanging out with Danielle Rayne. And a big shout out, because last night I was at the 24-hour Walgreens when I was out there scrubbing parking lots, scrubbing the concrete. So like, I need a candy bar. I went over and got a almond Snickers, and it just hit the spot. Big shout out to almond Snickers. Oh, yeah, Danielle.
Cool. All right. So my first big shout out is for Caroline Livingstone, because she is the voice casting director, producer of Mass Effect Andromeda. And without her, I would not be here, talking to you about being Vetra Nick. So I totally owe her. Big shout out to Cheryl Chi, who wrote this incredible character that I'm lucky enough to get to play. And a big shout out to Captain Big Lou, who's been amazing at sending me all the Vetra art that he can find. This guy is devoted, and I so appreciate you.
Is that his Twitter handle?
Yep, at Captain _Big Lou. Yeah.
Big shout out to Captain I'm gonna find it.
He's great. Every time there's a new Vetra art, and he's great about pointing it in my direction.
You gotta love. I see that a lot, right? I see that a lot on Twitter where people are just they love it. The Mass Effect, like Vetra, she's awesome. So they're just looking for stuff and just being super cool and just sending you shit. And
the Vetra fan art, the Mass Effect fan art, period, has absolutely been incredible. Sammy Griffin, who's a sketchbook thing, Sasha, who's Chromed Queen. They've all done these amazing, whether maybe it's Vetra and Scott together, maybe it's Vetra and Sarah together. They've done some incredible pieces of art. I just love the creativity. I love the passion people have for these characters. They're just amazing. Somebody did, God, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's Vetra and Jal together, as if they could have a romance, and it's so gorgeous. It's an incredible piece.
I gotta admit, like, I love the voice of Jal and that effect. Who's the actor?
I can't pronounce. Is it Nayoshi, Bayushi, something like that? I've got to look it up really quick.
But there's something about like I don't know. He's
yeah.
What? Okay.
It's Nayashi Hatendi. Nyasha.
Oh, I'm glad.
It's under Nyasha Bish.
Okay, I'm glad you
it is on Twitter. Yeah, forget it. Please teach me how to pronounce it properly. Yeah.
But like, okay, I'm like, what the fuck is he wearing? Why is he wearing like a tank top? Like it's so strange.
It's crazy.
And even when they're standing in the ship, when there's no like fans around, it's like moving around like he's. I'm like, what? Oh, are they trying
Have you got to the scene where Liam and he are apparently not wearing any clothes?
Yes.
I haven't. I'm not there yet. I can't wait. To see that one.
You open the door and it's like, what is going on? And they're just like cool about it. Like, yeah, we're naked.
Oh, okay. I can't wait for that. There's so much. And I got to figure out, I think I'm going to do Drax's loyalty mission next. Do you have any suggestions? I finished Vetra's. That's the only one I've done. What should I do next?
I'm trying to remember what it was. I tried to even remember what that one was.
Okay. What was another one of your favorite loyalty missions?
PBs, of course.
Okay. Great.
I think all the loyalty missions were some of the strongest stuff in the game because it just like, okay, that character is super awesome right now.
And you do know that there's like another patch that's coming, and one of the things is retrieval. That was posted today. I think the patch comes out next week, but something called retrieval.
I think that's a multiplayer thing.
I don't know. I was wondering if maybe that's retrieving Alec Ryder. I have no idea. Nobody tells me anything. So this is not like I'm not spilling any information because I'm just guessing as a player at this point. What does retrieval mean?
Yeah, I think you actually did you retweet that?
Yes, because it was one of the devs. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it said MP, which is multiplayer. I think it said like something like yeah, I doubt they would add story. If they did that, it would be like DLC, and it'd probably take a little bit of time. But I'm trying to see. I'm pretty
All right,
sure.
so I should put my hopes back down where they were. Okay.
Yeah. For them to just add story stuff would be very unlikely to not charge for it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea how it works from here. Like I know the additional patches, like the one that just added the eye shaders, which really made such a huge difference. That's just something you just download, right?
Oh yeah. It was like an automatic update, so it just made all that stuff is usually just updates. So it usually just prompt you like an update is ready, and then unless it's like a story DLC, we're like, here's this $10 chunk of story we want you to pay for, which is always in Mass Effect games are always pretty decent and with like content or not maybe size, but like cool story stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for that. I'll play the Mass Effect. So there's a lot of games that I really do like, and by the time the story DLC comes out, I'm like, I don't know. Mass Effect's something. I mean, I'll get whatever Andromeda gives me, I'm buying. Just charge me for it now.
Good for you.
Yeah. I'm all about it, Danielle. So let's see. The Portal short film he did. I just barely watched that recently. Portal wasn't really my thing because I'm not good at puzzles. I hate puzzles. I hate puzzles, and I didn't get very far in Portal 2. But I watched the short film, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really fun, and that was actually directly as a result of being Sarah Connor in the Terminator show, because the original stunt coordinator hired for it was asked by Dan, hey, do you know any like Sarah Connor type, actresses, stunt women who can possibly do this? And of course, there's Keith Adams going, yeah, I sure do. And he sends us to Dan's way. And, we auditioned for him and I just got lucky enough to get it. It was a really amazing piece. I think are we close to 19 million views at this point or something? But when it was first released, we had 1 million hits a day for the first 5 days.
Wow. Yeah. It's really well done. And you are Sarah Connor. You are Sarah Connor, Danielle. You are her. Like I would not pick a fight.
I love that part. Yeah.
there's that part at the end. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't watched it. If you guys haven't watched it, go on YouTube. Just type in the no escape. What is it? Portal no escape. It's like 6 minutes. It's totally cool. It's worth watching, even if you're not a video game fan. Very cool little film. But that end part where you put your hand up against the thing and the camera turns. Oh, it made me like sick to my stomach.
Yeah. We did that on a roof in the middle of downtown LA with a giant green screen. The green screen was so amazing because I remember there being ladybugs all over it. Like ladybugs were finding the only green thing they could find in downtown LA. So, I'm looking up at this green screen filled with ladybugs. And so when you finally see the end result and what it looks like and what they actually input, I mean, it's that same thing as finally seeing yourself as Vetra and hearing the voice with the effect on it and everything. It kind of blew my mind that that's what he was putting in. You're told, and a lot of times, it's just, okay, here's what you got to do. It's got to feel like this, but you don't know what it's going to look like or what you're actually doing. It's a green screen, you just commit.
Yeah, and I love how your character is like, oh, I found this gun. I already know what to do with it. the power of short films. Let's figure it out in 5 minutes.
6 minutes, you got to be smart. We don't have time for you to be dumb and take a long time to figure this out.
And all of a sudden I was thinking like,
are there directions? Hello, Siri. How do I operate this?
Yeah, I know. Just like, well, there's something in the wall here. And I was thinking like, holy shit, I was stuck in Portal 2 and I think I already figured out how to do it. In my head, I'm like, oh, wait, I could have... Yeah, I learned something from this video. So how was it, though, jumping through a portal? Was it weird?
It was another green screen. It was a giant green screen with a hole cut out of it that either I had to jump through, or in that one case where I come flying out the wall with the guy and take him out with the weapon, I was thrown by two guys out that wall.
Oh, wait, so you did that. You jumped. You flew.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the fall at the end, though, where I'm falling backwards and I shoot with the two soldiers above me, that was actually my stunt double. I had an amazing stunt double, Heidi Germain Schnappoff, who did that fall for me. She did that amazing flying tumble with the weapon. It's like, I can do some stuff, but it's really going to look like I'm working to do it. I'm not a gymnast. I didn't have that experience. She was incredible, and a really great stunt person makes you look so much more badass.
Yeah, what a great product. I love how a short film can, like, we got 6 minutes. Let's make some shit happen. You're like, no time to waste.
Yeah, well, and then that was really his calling card to be able to go do feature films for Dan Trachtenberg.
Okay.
And it took us 3 full days of shooting for just 6 minutes of footage and 1.5 years of editing for 6 minutes.
Yeah,
so that's how much work went into that. He was incredible that he put that all together and made that happen.
Wow, that's
yeah.
It came out really good. Like, not for one moment do you a lot of times when you see short films or little fan films or anything that have to do with video games, they look kind of cheesy and the CGI is a little weird. And then this one, the Portal one, it's just believable. It just looks good.
Well, he had so many contacts in the industry, and he pretty much called in every favor he had. I mean, these were guys who were taking a couple of weeks, so they just finished up Tron, so they're going to have like a month before their next gig, and they helped out by working on this part. There are so many different people who worked on the different elements in between other jobs on huge projects. Yeah.
He wasted all of his favors.
Yeah.
He's going to be on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire one day, and he'll be like, I need a lifeline. I need to make a line. I need to call. I need to call my friend Bob.
Did you see his film 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Oh, he did. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was so good, so suspenseful. The acting, I loved it. Oh, another thing. My buddy Mark Cox didn't like it at all. It's like, go watch it, dude. It's freaking awesome. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. And he's like, I didn't like it.
Yeah, well, why they got vanilla and chocolate ice cream.
It was more of a horror movie, a suspense horror movie than it was like the first one was like an action, found footage, aliens. This one was like it's just a,
it is. It's suspense. It really is,
so good. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, I love anything she does. And John Goodman, like he was Oh, he was so freaking creepy when he shaves his face, and you're like, oh god, he's trying to get all pretty looking for her to make himself look sexy. And I'm like, oh, John Candy, you are freaking creepy.
And then here's a little fun tidbit. Is it Sumali Montano, who was Nyreen in the DLC? So she was another Turian, right? She was Nyreen. She's actually the voice at the very end who's calling people to come, was it to Houston? You know, she's
really?
the radio voice at the end.
Cool.
So the two of us Turians have both worked with Dan Trachtenberg.
Oh, that's awesome. It's in
female
Cloverfield Lane.
Turians.
I'm glad you brought that up. That was such a cool movie. I think the next one that's coming out is going to be supposed to be way different.
Yeah. Yeah. And I apologize if I slaughtered her name too, because I'm going off of memory and trying not to use my Twitter to look up everybody.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get you out of here in about 10, 15 minutes. So you say you want to get out by 7. We'll make this happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Before we go. Oh, let's have some fun with this. Okay, so my friend Mark, who I just brought up right now, didn't like Cloverfield Lane, for one. Boo, Mark.
Ooh.
He's having a hard time with Mass Effect right now.
He is. Okay.
He is. I think it's... Oh, someone actually calling me? What is going on? My mom's calling me. Let's see if she wants
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Mom, you're on the podcast.
Hi.
You're
How
on the
are you?
podcast.
Is this Sean's mom? Hi, Sean's mom.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm on a podcast with Danielle Rayne. She's saying hi to you. She can hear you, but you can't hear her.
Who is this girl you're talking to?
Hello.
Hello.
Mom, I will call you back in about 15 minutes.
I'm at the grocery store, so I'll text you. I just tell you what time we're leaving tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. We're going out of town to my nephew's birthday party, and we're going to the drive-ins. And
have fun.
then
Where do they still have drive-ins?
San Jose.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they got the Capitol Flea Market out there, and it's like a flea market in the daytime, and at night they got like 6 or 7 screens.
Do you know what's playing?
It's for my nephew's birthday, so we're going to see that Baby Boss or Boss Baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that should be fun.
Yeah, it's cool. Drive-ins are fun. It's like a party out there, I swear. Like, there's people bring their barbecues.
Yeah, Lego Batman is good. If he hasn't,
I haven't seen it.
Did you see that one?
I saw the first one. I haven't seen the Lego one yet.
Yeah, I was about the Lego movie. I wanted that part of my life back, but I liked the Lego Batman movie. I don't know why.
I want to watch it. I definitely will watch it when I can.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mark, I think my buddy Mark from This Xbox Life is having a hard time with Mass Effect because he's just stuck on the last games. He needs to move on. He needs to move forward to the new crew who, for one, kicks ass. For two, gives us way more options. And let's do a special message from Vetra. And maybe he's not taking Vetra with him on his missions, and he needs to.
Okay, got it.
So let's do this. This is I'm gonna have you do it, obviously. But Mark, this is to Mark Cox, where you need to explain to him how he needs to take Vetra because I don't know. This is just fun.
Hey, Mark Cox, I'm talking to you. This is Vetra Nix. I'm your gunner, initiative wrangler, everything you need. I guarantee if you bring me along on your next mission, maybe bring my buddy Drac or maybe Jal, we'll show you a good time. We'll take care of you. We'll have your back. We'll get through this mission and we'll make you fall in love with Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes, that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna edit that out and I'll post it in his Facebook group. Awesome, so awesome. So Daniel, real quick before we go, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. This is gonna be rapid fire. We'll do this super quick so we can do our wrap ups and get everybody out safe and sound. So number one, the most important one: who is your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush? Good pressure. Dan Stevens right now. I want to see him in Beauty and the Beast, and I don't want to be that person who wants to see Beauty and the Beast, but I want to see it for him.
I want to see Beauty and the Beast. What are you trying to say?
Well, it's Disney, and it's girly, and, I was really more of a Princess Jasmine than, a Belle. And in fact, I was Princess Jasmine at Disneyland. So, I tried on the Belle outfit and they told me I wasn't pretty enough to be Belle. So I got my little resentments, which might be the whole thing of what's holding me back here. But yeah, I want to see Dan Stevens in that. He was so great on Downton Abbey.
Oh man, you made me sad right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, that day had the baby. Oh, die in the car. That was horrible.
If you could time travel to any time in history or future, you can go either way. You have a round trip ticket. You only go for 24 hours. You can see whatever you want. Where would you go? When would you go?
God, there was that Woody Allen movie that took him back to that French time, where it was all the artists. Do you remember that movie? Oh my God, it was so good. But they went back to the time when Picasso and everybody was hanging out in those great cafes in France. And it's going to drive me crazy that I can't remember the name of the movie, but I loved it. And so I would do that. I would go back to that time and, hang out in the very cool 20s in France, Paris.
I'm going all the way back to see dinosaurs. Trust
Are
that.
You?
Hell
really?
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably die and get eaten, but at least I got to see them.
What a way to go.
What a way to go. What was your very first actual job?
My first actual job? I was a singer dancer at Six Flags in St. Louis in a country western show called Don't It Make You Want to Dance. Yeah, and I'm not a great dancer, so, I smiled a lot, though.
Did you say donut? Donut make you want to dance?
Don't it make you want to dance?
I was like, because I want to dance when I see donuts. I really want to shake it, like I'll get my glaze on.
So donuts, that does it for you. You're a donut guy.
I am literally a donut addict.
Have you tried those voodoo donuts yet? Have you heard about that?
Yes, I have.
Yeah? What did you think?
My boss, he was dating this girl in Oregon, and I got something for him. I got him some Walking Dead so he could watch with her. She was excited, so she brought back an entire box of voodoo donuts she got him the plane, brought him here to Fresno, and then I got him, and I was like, holy shit, there's so much stuff. I probably gained like 5 pounds on that box. There's just stuff. But the only sad thing was like the ones with like cereal and stuff are all kind of soggy, but
oh, really?
I'm a sucker for.
My best friend is a donut person too, Kelly, and she wasn't keen on those voodoo donuts.
They're too expensive. They're too big and expensive. Some people just want I want a glaze. I just want the glaze.
I love a Krispy Kreme. Give me a Krispy Kreme glazed donut. That's awesome.
They had this Krispy Kreme one with birthday cake filling or something. It was so good.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say horribly awkward?
Me.
Oh, yeah. I never heard that answer. Great answer. Yeah. Last one. If you legitly saw... If you were out camping and you were hanging out, you went off by yourself for a little bit, and you legitly, for real, you came across Drac. Drac was there. He's like, hey, what is up? I'm out here fishing. Leave me alone. You saw him. Would you tell anybody?
Would I tell anybody? I'm not under an NDA for that, right?
I mean, if you saw him,
I'm going on Twitter and saying, guess who I saw? Drac!
And they're like, funny. Vetra saw Drac. We get it. Video games.
What have you been smoking? Yeah.
Where were you at?
Out on that camping trip. Yeah.
You're on that first planet when you get on. You know the first place you get on Mass Effect, and it's got the candy cane looking plants?
Yeah, right? Right. They're mushrooms or something, but they do look like you just went to the Whoville,
Yes,
instead of ice, they're yeah, I don't know what they are.
Okay. Oh, there is one more. If they were going to make a movie about my life, about Sean's life, the podcaster, and I hired you in charge to find the cast, find the actor to play me, who would you pick?
I'd have to go with Leonardo DiCaprio, of course, because he's going to win an Academy Award for this part.
Yeah, that's a movie about podcasting. Would it work? Probably not.
Well, at least the cast would be small, so it wouldn't, besides having to pay for Leo, it wouldn't be a super expensive cast, right?
Yeah, just be you just need a computer and a mic.
Leo and the microphone, being you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Your mom would have to call, but I could do that voiceover if you need, Although your mom seemed to have it totally under control.
I'll take it. All right, so Danielle, you're awesome. Let's get to the wrap-up. Ayo, Freeman.
Yo, what's up, Iams?
Dude, what's left to do?
I don't know, man. Wrap it up, son.
I just want to thank everybody out there who's made me feel so welcome to this Mass Effect community, because you guys, the Mass Effect fans, you are the best. And I am so grateful that you guys have been so welcoming to me and that you reach out to me. And I love you all. How horribly awkward was that?
So sweet. Where could they find you, though, if they want to say hi?
I really try to be as responsive as I can on Twitter, and that's at Danielle Rayne. I've also got a website and a Facebook fan page, but I've spent much more time on Twitter because you guys keep me laughing. And I love GIFs, Today was all Doctor Who GIFs because, tonight's the premiere of the new season. And while I'm not going to be able to see it because I could pay Amazon a bunch of money apparently for it. But I'm, totally into GIFs and Doctor Who and all that stuff.
GIFs can get out of hand sometimes. Sometimes you can have a whole conversation in GIFs and not need to even say a word.
Which is great, because sometimes I'm just out of words. But look, here's a funny picture, of David Tennant. I'll use that.
Yeah, the one I asked you about, have you ever tried to romance yourself? You're like, I was like, have you romanced yourself in the game? You're like, no, I haven't, but... ... And then you have that gif of that girl just kind of rolling over yelling like, I'm trying.
Yes, right?
That was like pitch perfect.
Yeah, and if you keep scrolling, you're gonna find something eventually. But sometimes I'm like, how long have I been scrolling for this gif? I totally forgot what I was responding to.
Oh yeah, I know, because
you ever do that? You're scrolling and scrolling. What did they say that I was trying to find an answer to?
and you don't want to pick the first one because you figure that's the ones that everyone picks. You're like, I gotta be kind of original. So let me go for like the bottom. Let me scroll a bunch, like the page. Let me go all the way down to the bottom and start from there and go up.
Yeah. But they add so much character. Like there was somebody who before the game had been released and they were in Europe and everybody's talking about how they're playing with Vetra and how badass she is, and he posts this one and it's like, I think it's a little character just crying in the rain, and it was black and white and it's just crying in the rain, and over here in this corner Vetraless, and I just was like looking at that and it made me tear up. So if a GIF can make you tear up, that's a good one.
Is there a lot of Vetra GIFs? If there's not, we're gonna make some.
No, well, some people have been making them, but I haven't figured out how I can, steal them, how I can, import them into my own stuff so I can reuse those Vetra GIFs. But what was the coolest thing was when I discovered there were a lot of Portal No Escape GIFs, and I'm a GIF.
Yeah.
Me. That was like one of those things like, wow, I'm a GIF.
And a gift, Danielle. You're a GIF and a gift.
Dude, Sean, thank you.
There's a new feature on my phone today. Yesterday I was watching a video, and if you press the screen, it just pops up the thing that says GIF. You just press the GIF thing, and you can just make GIFs on your phone. So easy. I was like, wow. I need to start importing video on my thing so I can make GIFs. I'll make a bunch of me, and no one will use them.
Of course they will. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll wrap up my part and then we'll head out here in a sec.
Cool.
The Horribly Awkward podcast, if you guys didn't know, you should know, is on the Hush Your Face network. Shoot over to hushyourface.com and check out all the other shows like The Horrible Gamers, who we mentioned earlier, The Nerd-a-Wells, 3S Comedy, the Hush Your Face podcast, of course, the Tavern podcast, and Brand X podcast. So go over there and check out those awesome, cool people. I'm pretty much friends with all those guys. They all kick ass. If you guys want to send me an email, you can at horriblyawkwardpodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to send me a voicemail, you can at 510-600-3475. I got a Facebook page, kinda. I got an Instagram, kinda. I sorta got a YouTube thing. You guys can find it. If you guys can find it, you guys rock. Because no one's looking for that stuff. But it's there. Sometimes I put some stuff on there. Sometimes I don't. But anyways. Hey, what's one thing you've learned on today's podcast, Danielle?
That you seem to think you don't have friends, but you just listed a whole bunch of friends, didn't you, in that list? Huh? Yeah?
Loophole.
I just learned that about you. You only say you don't have friends.
I know. I just, it's all a lie. This is all a scam. I'm not awkward. I don't have social anxiety. This is all baloney. I never even played Mass Effect. You like how I just like I was pretty good at faking.
You made all that up? My God.
I looked at, I got some bullet notes right here. See, I got Vetra. I got a PB note. I got a, PB stands for peanut butter. I'm pretty sure you knew that. And look, I got Mass Effect. There's Nomad, Tempest. I've scratched all these out as I mentioned them. I never played it.
Good job. Good acting. Good improv. You got it. Nailed it.
I want to thank you for coming on, Danielle. Awesome. This has been a really awesome time. If you ever want to come on ever again to talk about anything, just hit me up. Always down for great conversations.
Thanks, Sean. Absolutely.
And you're awesome.
Have a great holiday weekend. Have a great time, with your nephew, and enjoy that drive-in.
Oh, you know what? I don't have to drive. I'm sitting in the back of my parents' car sleeping.
Well, I thought you only did that when you were like 4. And,
No.
And then you woke up for the makeout scenes, right? Okay, so when I was a little kid, I was sleeping in the back seat during a drive-in for Rosemary's Baby. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That movie with Mia Farrow?
With the little crib, the creepy
So my parents
crib.
had gone, and I woke up and I watched it. I was like, I don't know, little thing, but I was like the next day going, and let's play Rosemary's Baby.
I grew up on horror movies. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And like I was telling you the other day, I work graveyard, so I'll be up all night till like 6 a.m. and they're leaving at like 8 or 9 a.m. So I'm not going to be awake. I'm going to wake up just enough to walk to their car and go back to sleep.
Well, you have a great time. Enjoy.
I will. Yeah. I'm going to hide eggs with chocolate on the Tempest.
Nice. And I'm going to, crack Drac open and see if any chocolate falls out of it. It looks like an Easter egg to me.
They need a Drac pinata. They do.
You open the top and the chocolate pops right out of the head like a Pez dispenser.
Yes. I think actually I would say I'd say Vetra would be better for like a Pez dispenser.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, Drac would be better for like the Cadbury egg.
Okay, yeah, or maybe little M&Ms. They're kind of smaller and easier to get out of little small spaces like on Vetra.
Oh, and
she's so tall and thin. Oh my God, she'd be like a supermodel.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. It's not really a secret. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but make sure all your planets are at 100% vitality, because at the end, after you beat it, they give you an extra mission for having that happen, and there's like a little story stuff, and it's kind of cute. I'm a man. I'm gonna say it's kind of cute.
Oh,
it's good. It's kind of like it's a cool moment, but you gotta have like, wait, is that the mission? Either way, after you do the game, there's some cool.
Is
stuff.
it the movie? Is it the movie?
No, the movie happens during the movie. It took a long time to set that movie up.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah, I posted a picture earlier.
Patience.
Everybody was in the picture. PB had her, because PB was my chick. She had her arm around Sarah Ryder, and Sarah was not in the picture. She was invisible. Everybody was there except for her. I took a screenshot.
That happened to me the other day. Drac was invisible. I could hear him, but I just couldn't see him.
Oh, glitches are funny.
Yeah, they sure are. Yeah. Or those times that like Vetra's just kind of spinning in a circle in the sky. You're like, what am I doing? I'm spinning in a circle over there.
Yeah. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Believe me, if I can embed the Nomad into a ramp, I can create all kinds of glitches.
Yeah, that's funny. The games are so big, you gotta expect glitches.
Yeah, totally.
Well, Danielle, I'm gonna keep you here all night. I will literally keep you. Stay if you want. I mean.
No. It's good. It's good. It's been great. Thanks a lot, Sean. You're a lot of fun. As Gidget would say,
peace out, Brussels sprouts. Hey, it's the S to the M and the L to the Isa. Slammer Games in the house, so drop your and listen. Pour with glee, backward cock flash. Merrily sock, bird telling cat. Destiny doctor downcast, callously squandered lamb, heavenly slaughtered broadcast. It's the Horribly Awkward Podcast.
Oh, done. We're done. Oh wait, I didn't record any of that. Just kidding.
Okay, let's try that again.
No, I meant the whole entire podcast from the beginning.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna need a drink then.
Start every episode off with an improv skit. How fun is that?
Improv, okay. Yeah.
I'm not great at improv, but that's the whole point. I figured if I name my podcast Horribly Awkward, then it doesn't matter how bad it gets. If it's bad, it's like, oh, right, well, he calls it Horribly Awkward.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I'm going to I was thinking about starting this completely new thing in the beginning just to see how much listeners pay attention.
Okay.
So after the end of the episodes, I used to go, on this week's episode, we talk about, and then we kind of go back and forth talking about, just listing a couple of things that people can look forward to, and I play that at the beginning of the episode. So I was thinking of doing something different. I was thinking about going like on this week's episode, and then we list off a couple things that we will never talk about.
Okay.
So when people listen, I want to see if people are actually listening and see if they were looking for what we talked about that we'll never talk about.
All right.
You nervous?
Yeah, totally now.
You could say anything. You could say we talk about how you shouldn't eat pizza because it's too hot. I don't know. I've never done this. This is why I think this will be funny. We're only gonna do like 2 things each, so it's not like we're gonna spend a long time on this.
Okay.
So, this is gonna be super interesting. Okay. This is why it's horribly awkward, Danielle. And you know, I have a friend named Danielle Rayne. Same spelling as yours, just with an R at the end. So if I accidentally say Rayner at any point, it's not on purpose.
Yeah, we'll just pretend you're going, who was I talking about? My friend? My. Yeah.
Okay, so let's try this out.
Oh, yeah. That's a horribly awkward show.